Hello and welcome to Native Speakers Academy's Underground Education. My name is G and I am your host. This is designed to be a short digital media netcast in which we will look at different issues related to education, school, society and learning in general. And our aim is to highlight ideas that empower you to take more control over your own life. Today's article has the title Signs You're Doing Something Right as a Homeschooler. It's written by Alicia Baer and it can be found at www.examiner.com. I will preface the article by saying that it's not going to be a we hate state education based article, but it really points out some key issues in defining how we can assess whether or not we're being good parents to our children. As usual, links to the article and any other sources can be found in a description connected to the post, so use the link to read along with us if you would like to do that. So, signs you're doing something right as a homeschooler. It's easy to doubt yourself when you homeschool, or when you're a parent at any time. You find out the neighborhood school kids are studying calculus in the second grade. Other parents in your homeschool group brag that their kids are 6 grades ahead of where they should be. You read homeschool blogs where parents explain how they schedule and organize 18 children on a 100-acre hobby farm in an immaculate home full of elaborate craft projects. Or you can't remember the last time you finished a lesson plan and your kids stare at you blankly when you ask them how many states there are. Never mind all that. Here's 10 ways to know if you're doing okay anyway. Number 1. Your children view trips to the library with the same enthusiasm as trips to the ice cream store. And enthusiasm, which is really something you'll see when you look into the eyes of your children, because then you will really be able to see how they feel, and if you can see them having a positive approach to the issues of education, you know that you're pointing them in the right direction. Maybe you also want to think about who initiates the work, because you don't really need to force it on children. They're learning as they grow, and everybody learns at different rates or speeds and in slightly different ways. So it's important to understand that enthusiasm, by keeping things open, will help drive the educational process. Point 2. Science supplies are considered cool toys. Well, toys, that's an interesting concept, because I think with an active imagination, everything is a toy. For young children, a stick is a gun, a box is a rocket, a rock is a radio transmitter. So why not just let the children explore the world around about them, and maybe they will create what they need when they need it. Point 3. Your kids know how to Google or otherwise search out information on whatever subjects spark their interest minute by minute. Really, it's not important if you don't know the answers, as long as you know where to go to find the answers. Whether it's a search engine, an office, or even a neighbor. You are then able to find the answers, as the article says, minute by minute, as and when you need them. And who knows what you're going to need. Number 4. You have so many books that you could build a giant guest house in the backyard with them all. Though you'd never do such a thing with them, of course. Assuming you have a backyard, that is. Books are doors into the imagination. They are worlds within worlds, essential for our creativity. They are part of our physical memory as we remember holding them, part of our visual memory as we remember the image on the cover, or if there are any pictures within the book. Also, logically, they expand our vocabulary and so our horizons. And don't forget that books can look quite nice when they're organized in the right way on a shelf. Number 5. You need to take a break from all the socialization opportunities your family is taking part in. Well, I've always thought that forced association is not really socialization, so you can't really have any true free socialization in the school environment. In the state traditional school environment, that is. Although each school has its own approach to this. You have to find what works for you, your family, your children, the people around you. I think that when I am free to be me, I am free. If that makes any sense to you. What would be a contradictory experience? That would be something like compromise. Think about where compromise on a larger scale has got an organization like the United States today. I think a lot of the political problems come from the fact they've compromised their Bill of Rights, they've compromised their constitution in order to, well, you can see the results. And I don't want to make this political, so I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway, if you know what the problem is, you can avoid it. Number 6. You can turn absolutely any errand, TV show, or innocent question into something educational. If you have a TV, that is. I recommend getting rid of the TV, attaching a monitor to your computer, and watching programs selectively. There we go, that's my opinion. Anyway, all life is, or at least should be, learning. And if you're not learning, you're not growing. Everybody needs to be able to explore the world around about them, because simply curiosity breeds creativity. Number 7. Your dining room table is piled high with art projects, lab books, science experiments, maths manipulatives, and other non-dining related items. And there's a bonus for each type of mess. Well, I guess that applies if you're lucky enough to have a dining room. We're not that rich. But one of the joys of not having all the financial resources that you need is you have to be creative. You've got to use your own internal mental resources to solve certain problems. So it can really be fun trying to create your own resources. And I think one of them was mentioned in that lap books is a nice way to study a subject, adding material piece by piece as you gather it. And if our kitchen at home is anything to go by, having a mess pretty much means that everybody's had a good time. Number 8. Your kids feel bad for kids who go to schools outside the home. Well, what's happening here is that the children are developing empathy. They're developing an understanding for another person's problems, another person's perspective, another person's situation, which really in turn leads to wanting to assist or to help them. And in turn with that an understanding that you have to really give something in order to get something back in life. Nothing is free. Hey, freedom's not free. You have to work for it. Travel's not free. Just try to get anywhere without paying. And friendship is not free, because if you don't help out your friends and return the favor, you're not really gonna have any friends at the end of the day. Number 9, you consider museum memberships, zoo passes, magazine subscriptions, art supplies, karate classes, electronic gadgets, trips to ethnic stores and restaurants, Netflix subscriptions, and overdue library fines as educational expenses. And this is about investment. You need to invest in what you can value, in something that will help you grow, something that will add extra value to you, to your world, the world around about you, and maybe to how people see you as well. Something you will use more than once before it becomes superfluous is a concept to consider when you invest. I think if I buy something and it's something that I'm going to be using every day, that it will soon enough pay for itself. Number 10, your kids still get excited about learning. And with this number, the author returns to the first topic they suggested, which is the concept of feeling positive about education. It's about personal enthusiasm. It's about putting energy into things, because we're all born learners naturally. We're all born with opportunity and expectation. And we're all born original, which is why we say that you really shouldn't die a copy. And that's the article. I hope that I've given you something to think about there. There are a few extra ideas in the comments related to the article. So remember that you can find a link to the article connected with the description to this audio online. And if you want to share the original article, I'm sure the author would be very happy that they're getting the message out about these concepts of parenting and family. So thank you for your attention. I'd like to remind you that Native Speakers Academy is a small independent centre for educational theory and research. You can support us by visiting our websites nsa-slovakia.com and nsa-education.com. And we're also all over the internet on Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Google+, and in many other places. Just use a search engine. If you found this interesting or useful, perhaps you'd like to share it with friends online. If not, I hope I can make the next audio a little bit better for you. So, until I speak to you again, stay safe and have a good day. Bye for now.